It has yet to reveal its version of the Farm Bill. Chairman Pat Roberts initially hinted that they may release the draft legislation on Wednesday, but that didn't happen. But it could come at any time as lawmakers scheduled a markup of the bill for next Wednesday. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says the full chamber will take up the measure before the July 4th recess. That could coincide with the House's vote on the bill, with a vote of its version taking place on June 22nd. Well, farmers across the country work with both the USDA and the FDA to ensure the safety of America's food supply. Now the leaders of those agencies will make it easier to do so. RFD-TV's Sarah Mock has the story.
USDA and FDA chiefs want to reduce the amount of time farmers spend complying with federal regulations.
These are extensive. If you've ever seen a good agricultural practice notebook, it's about that thick even for small producers. There's a lot of work going into that, and they do a lot of work. They didn't want to be subjected to two separate audits or audit criteria.
Good agricultural practice or GAP audits are voluntary USDA inspections that verify good handling and food safety practices are in place for fruit and vegetable producers. Now, this procedure will better match FDA's required product safety rule inspections.
Farmers that qualify, that conduct the GAP audits, are effectively going to be going through a very similar process to what they would go through with FDA. So that'll both streamline what we have to do as well as help prepare them for that process.
Secretary Perdue says he plans to expand this even further.
One of my goals at USDA is also to take many of these third-party audits that some retailers are doing and find out what they would like to have in these standards that we don't have in this harmonized standard, and make one standard that's good practices for our producers so they can become compliant and contribute to the food and health and safety of our nation.
Gottlieb hopes this will allow the FDA to redirect staff to take on more overseas inspections.
And that would be welcomed by the producer environment, because the fear is that those international exporters are not dealing with the same regulations that we have. So as FDA assures them that those people who export food to the United States that we import, that they are subject to the same regulations as our producers, that'll give them a lot more confidence and help in knowing they can compete.
Gottlieb and Perdue agree that this harmonization is one more step in a historic new relationship between FDA and USDA, which they say will make life easier for American farmers and food safer for American consumers. For RFD-TV, I'm Sarah Mock in Washington.
Well, Gottlieb also notes the Food Safety Modernization Act, the law that requires FDA to carry out produce safety rule inspections, has improved the FDA's ability to track and trace problems.